What if I told you that your favorite stories might be in danger, ensnared in a web of complexity? Imagine flipping through a book or watching a film only to realize the narrative arc is missing something vital. What if that something is the very essence of storytelling itself? Many are unaware that the rise of age-narrated narratives is reshaping our understanding of what makes a story resonate. It's not just about computers crafting plots, it's about the critical nuances they often overlook. These missed details can lead to flat, uninspiring tales that leave us feeling empty. Consider this: you're engrossed in a story. The characters are captivating and the setting is vivid. But suddenly the plot falters. Tension exists, yet it fails to build, and the climax arrives without impact. You've likely felt this disconnect, and it's happening more frequently than you think. Picture watching a film where the hero faces a pivotal decision with sky-high stakes. But as they make that choice, an unsettling detachment creeps in. Why? Because the journey lacked the emotional depth that connects us to their struggle. I can mimic dialogue and action, but it often skips the emotional investment that makes us care. Let's dig deeper. Remember when a thrilling plot twist fell flat? You were excited, yet it didn't resonate. Perhaps it was because the setup didn't align with the emotional arc. Age-narrated stories frequently miss the delicate balance between character growth and plot progression, creating a jarring disconnect. Now, imagine discussing a film with friends, everyone passionate about it except for that one movie that no one can quite grasp. It had stunning visuals, but the story felt hollow. You might wonder what went wrong. This is where narrative arc warning signs emerge. It's the hidden threads of storytelling that, when ignored, lead to an unsatisfying experience. As we navigate this new landscape of storytelling, we must remain vigilant. It's not just about technology, it's about the heart of the story. The risks are real. If we lean too heavily on AI without recognizing its limitations, we risk losing the essence of what makes stories powerful. So, what can we do? It begins with awareness. Recognizing when a narrative feels off isn't just a personal experience, it's a call to action. We must engage with stories on a deeper level, urging writer Schumann or Ato prioritize emotional depth and authenticity. As you reflect on the last story that truly moved you, ask yourself, was it the plot or was it the connection to the characters? The next time you dive into a narrative, whether from a screen or a book, stay alert for those warning signs. The beauty of storytelling lies in its complexities, and it's our responsibility to ensure they aren't lost in translation. Have you ever sensed that something felt off in an age-narrated story? It's a subtle feeling, but it's definitely there, lurking just beneath the surface. What if I told you that these narratives, which seem engaging at first, might be hiding complexities that could completely change your perspective on storytelling? Many of us eagerly dive into age-narrated tales, excited by the innovation. However, there's a critical issue. We often overlook the emotional signals we instinctively crave can be entirely absent. This creates a disconnect, leaving us feeling unsatisfied and a bit lost. Imagine curling up with a cozy blanket ready to immerse yourself, but as you read or watch, you start to notice something's missing. The characters lack the depth and nuances that make them relatable. You sense it but can't quite pinpoint why. Here's where it gets interesting. The eye might follow all the right formulas, it can mimic plots and twists. Yet, it's the overlooked complexities of narrative arcs where the real magic lies. Without those elements, the story can feel flat. Think back to your favorite books or films. Those moments that kept you on the edge of your seat, the tension, the build-up, the unexpected twists create a genuine connection. In storytelling, however, these elements can often feel forced or even absent. The emotional intelligence and subtle cues we rely on are frequently missing. I don't experience emotions like we do. It can only replicate what it's been trained on. This leads to stories that may entertain but rarely resonate, and that's the risk we face. But why is this important? As I continues to enter creative spaces, we need to reflect on how we respond to these narratives. Are we accepting hollow tales simply because they're new and different? Picture this: you're watching a thriller that should leave you breathless. But as the climax approaches, you feel nothing. That's the moment to reconsider what we truly value in storytelling. We crave connection, emotions, and those unexpected surprises that make a story unforgettable. It's a reminder that while technology evolves, the heart of a story remains fundamentally human. So, as we embrace this new frontier, let's not forget the depth that makes stories worth telling. The next time you engage with AI-narrated content, ask yourself, is it just a tale, or is it a journey worth taking? Reflect on what you genuinely seek in a narrative. Are you settling for the surface, or are you demanding the layers that forge a connection? Because in the end, storytelling is about more than just words, it's about the feelings they evoke. As we navigate this rapidly changing landscape, so what's your take? Are you ready to dive deeper? Imagine a world where stories are crafted not by human hands, but by artificial intelligence. Sounds groundbreaking, right? But what if I told you this leap? As AI-narrated narratives fill our screens, a complexity lurks beneath the surface that many overlook. Many viewers remain blissfully unaware of the narrative arc issues that can undermine the essence of storytelling. Beneath the polished exterior of iTales lie structural problems that could ruin your favorite stories. You might think, surely I can get it right. But that's where the real intrigue begins. Think about it. Have you ever watched a movie that started strong but fizzled out halfway through? That gut-wrenching disappointment feels like the storyteller just gave up. I often mirrors this behavior, leading to half-baked arcs that leave you unsatisfied. Now let's dive a bit deeper. Picture yourself reading a gripping novel, your heart racing as the protagonist faces seemingly impossible odds. But then suddenly the climax feels rushed and the resolution is almost non-existent. How did we get here? It's not just bad writing, it's a fundamental misunderstanding of narrative structure. With I, there's no instinct to build tension gradually and no emotional investment in the characters' journeys. The algorithms focus on patterns but miss the heartbeat of storytelling, the rise and fall of drama. Here's the kicker: viewers often accept these narratives without question because we're conditioned to trust the technology behind them. Think about your favorite story.